we go.
Hello and welcome to Shit Goes Down. What episode is this? Is this like five? I don't know.
Five.
I don't know where I am. Welcome back from a brief hiatus where people were flying away and being sick, and by people I mean me, mostly. Let's jump right on into it. So when we last left off, you guys had found Malcolm's cow, brought news of it being dead back, and I think that we left the tail as well. We had gone to the ruins and found the tower again, and you guys learned that all you needed to do to get into the tower was knock. And you met two new NPCs, Syriel and Haron. Lots of cryptic answers from them, and they sent you back into town. Now, in town, time sort of passed differently outside of the tower than it did inside of the tower. And by the time that you got out of the tower, it was already night, and you got back to the inn. And as you guys were going to bed, Cepti passed a window, and looking out the window, saw a faint, almost minty-colored glow coming from the library. You knew that it was her, whatever that means. Yes. So we're gonna get into it. It's about 11 at night by now.
I think I'm asleep already, right?
I recall us being rather exhausted. Is that correct?
You hadn't said that you were already asleep. No one had fallen asleep yet.
Ah, okay.
Did I go upstairs? Or was that a different
I
night?
believe you did. I believe
Probably
everyone
still
had
up
gone
having a bit of ale.
Same.
Still drinking.
I'm still somewhat dumb-faced, so processing the strange trial. It's not what I was expecting out of recent events.
I should also mention that you got a scrap of paper, Evelyn, the part of a poem in Celestial.
That's right. Yes. Oh. But not now. I'm in the midst of like, what the hell? So I'm just be looking out the window in the midst of the evening, and when I regain proper thoughts again after having rest, I'll be like, oh yeah, I need to address that.
Yeah. Alright, then if that's the case, I'll say, open this piece of paper when you're going to read the book.
Okay.
I'm not going to read that out loud when it comes to the time. You can all read this, and I'll put it in the description of the story, but it's a long poem.
Okay.
Essentially, that's what's in your book.
Okay.
Can we insert like the little Zelda noise of like
Yes.
Evelyn's received a piece of paper.
It's floating above your head.
Yes.
Alright.
Gosh.
There's no possible way for me to get back into the library at 11 o'clock at night.
You don't know. You have no
essentially
idea.
got kicked out earlier.
You have no idea.
Arm still hurts from that, actually.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you got thunder waved out and not kicked.
Oh. Yes. That's
Only Earth
Only Earth did.
got thunder waved out by Yulin.
The rest of
Look
us just
at
laughed.
Thunder Wave back. Thunder Wave goes two ways.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
You put up.
Because there are absolutely no protections in there.
But I wouldn't know that.
I'm holding this piece of paper now. I'm contemplating it and the strangeness of the circumstances
It's like
and potential prophecies foretold.
it's almost like the size of a chapbook. Like a booklet.
Okay.
And it's made of this, like, seed paper, so it's rough around the edges, and it's got some graininess in it. It's
I like it.
cream-colored, and the ink, when anyone else looks at it, it looks like shifting gold. It's not sitting in one place in a specific letter. It's moving.
I didn't like looking at it.
Basically,
To you, it just looks like ink.
so the book goes really well with the music right now.
Yeah. A lot of things go well with the music right now.
Yeah. I don't think there's any possible way that Cepti is not running across the street to the library. So therefore, That is where I'm going.
All right.
At 11 o'clock at night, attempting to break into a building.
If I'm still in the common room, I'd probably see her
I was going to say,
leaving.
those that are downstairs, you see Cepti just hurrying down the stairs. Her little hooks are clumping down.
out.
And she's right out the door and already going across the street.
Where are you
I'm gonna head out afterwards to see where she's going.
Yeah, I see her out the window, like, pick up hammer, go running. Oh, God, that can't go good.
I look out the room window and I go, oh god, okay.
I wearily pick up my hammer and head for the door as well.
It's a constantly moving adventure group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
Out the
like-
door, like, wait,
drunk.
no, what are you doing?
I'm just there.
Come back here.
I'm zoned.
I'm catching up.
Let's see. It's very close by. Like I don't have to go very far. Right?
It's right across the street.
It's right across the street. Are there windows at like eye level that I can kind of peek into?
Yeah.
Do I still see it?
So when you look inside of the library, you see all of the big shelves lined up. Nothing is out of place. No one is moving, but you see one tiny, tiny speck of light. Tiny, like a firefly, floating very slowly in between two of the bookshelves, and then it goes to where that black tile is and disappears underneath.
It disappears?
It goes underneath the tile.
There's no light now. Like there's no little...
It went right under the tile.
I see the minty glow go on and say, well, that's over.
You're like still across the street or something. Like,
God. I'm so torn.
I'm like next to you now also, because like curiosity then got the best of me, but now like there's no light once I got there. I'm like,
How close are you to the door?
what, one window over?
I feel like not the window next to the door, but the next one.
Okay.
Yeah. Not super close. I need to go inside.
I don't
They
know
really
if
don't
that's-
like that.
I don't know if that's the best idea.
Not at this hour.
Do we
It
have...
went really bad last time.
I don't want to break in because I don't want to make her mad.
Well, she's already mad at us, so what? How can you make it any worse?
I mean, we could be conflated with whoever broke in last time. That would be worse.
Oh no, I don't want that. I don't want that either.
We
Alright.
could.
Plus this place is like super magic, so there's no way we can get in without them saying like, yeah, go ahead, come in.
We could just come back tomorrow and hope they have forgiven us.
I can try. I will try and come back tomorrow, and I'll bring like a whole bunch of flowers and say I'm so sorry, but I need to come in and stare at your floor for a while and see if I can open it. That sounds so dumb, you guys.
Disguise skin?
The
As
other-
you guys are going, talking about this, over Cepti's shoulder, Evelyn, you were next to her at the window?
Yeah.
You see a very faint glow start up in the lock on the door,
Ooh,
and you hear a click.
Oh shit.
my goodness.
And then you see the glow leave the lock that was shooting out of the keyhole, and then it just leaves.
Like a firefly again.
Like a firefly. Okay.
I slowly step over, cautiously, observing the lock, observing the firefly. It's like just flying away across the street now.
No, not across the street, back into the library.
Oh, like it's... Oh.
It went through.
Oh, because it doesn't care. It can go through whatever.
As far as you can tell, it came from inside of the library.
Yeah. I'm seeing that happen. I guess it like passes back through the door or something. And now the lock's just sitting there before me. I'm very hesitant to actually touch it because I'm like,
Is it like a padlock or just a lock on the door?
It's a lock.
Okay.
Think of it like Tinkerbell.
Like in
You can
Hook.
see her light coming from the lock.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like that.
I ever so slowly grasp the handle of the door to pull it very gently.
As you pull it, it opens.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Do you have like magic key hands?
No, there was a light. It came. I don't know. It came out of the lock.
The light opened the lock?
I think so.
And I like push him out of the way and run into the library.
Nope. Grab by the collar.
Nothing happens. The library's dark.
Library's dark.
It's silent.
Can I see the light still? Is it around?
No.
There's silence in the library.
Wrong game. Panic button.
Yeah.
You can sort of hear the waves crashing outside. There are some night sounds, some crickets, some night birds, some owls hooting off in the distance, but nothing from in the library. It's silent.
This is gonna sound real weird. Is the floor visible to the point where I could like...
Yeah.
It's not like pitch black in here.
No.
Plus I have dark
No,
vision,
you
so
have
it doesn't matter.
Yes, and you also have the moonlight coming in from the windows on the side where the cliffs are.
Okay.
Ooh,
This
maybe.
place is known for... This whole coast is known for being a pretty romantic vacation spot because there's very rarely clouds and you can see for miles and miles and miles and miles off through the ocean, and the moon always comes up big and beautiful and strong as hell.
Yeah, I'm gonna like run, like a knee slide to the spot in the floor where I think that tile was.
You can see it. It's all very starkly white marble.
Mhm.
All of the other tiles, like subway tiles, the hexagonal, except for the black one. It's very obvious.
Then
got
it's a
tiny
running
flecks
knee
and
slide to the black tile.
Cepti, just
Like all
quiet.
fours just staring at it, poking at it, trying to mess with it at all.
Yeah.
You can't get the tile up. It's completely flush with the other things.
We tried this before.
I don't understand.
I'm gonna walk behind the counter.
Yep.
And look at the buttons.
Oh, that's right, there were buttons.
We also tried this before.
Make a perception check.
We only pushed one button. Need I remind you that there were 5?
Don't push that one again.
Oh.
8.
A little speck of light, a little glow, floats down from the top, and it comes to you. It's tiny. It's like a speck of dust. You can't actually see anything in it, but it's giving off this faint, minty-colored glow, and it sort of swirls around all of the buttons, but you can't quite tell if it is favoring one in particular.
The light is trying to communicate,
Can I hear her behind
but
the
I
counter?
don't know what it's trying to tell me.
Wait, you see it?
Yeah, it's going around all the buttons. It would be nice if it would settle on
back
one button.
To have a look
Light.
at these buttons.
Yeah, I'm gonna
traumatized
now
from
run
before.
over to the buttons because that's where the light is.
All right, both of you get a perception check.
Ibelin was watching the door and now is coming over to see their efforts.
Only they get the perception
Oh god,
checks.
I dropped it. It wasn't a roll. Can I re-roll it?
21.
All right.
I did. It rolled out. Deliberate roll.
Only they get perception checks.
22.
Sorry.
22?
Yes.
All right, you both watch its pattern. It's sort of floating lazily like a fly around each button, but it seems to be favoring the fourth one just a little bit more than the others.
Third one it is.
I pushed the fourth
Cepti,
button.
that one?
You
That
push the
one.
fourth one?
Yeah, I'm just doing it.
You hear a little pop.
Look over at the tile.
Yeah, I hesitate
It's popped
and
up
then
off the floor.
run to the tile.
The tile has popped up off the floor. Underneath is a little hole, and it's kind of dark inside the hole, but with your dark vision you can see a lever.
Boy.
Did anyone shut the library door when we came
I'm
in?
standing at the door,
Okay.
kind of looking out.
Guarding.
I'm just trying to make it look as...
Also making sure the
Not
light
suspicious
doesn't
as
attract
possible.
somebody
Are
else.
we gonna find the underground theater?
I don't know.
Will you go down with me if I say yes?
Yes.
Yes! Lever.
I would go down with you anyway, Cepti.
As you pull the lever, you hear some mechanisms working underneath the library. And it sounds like there's quite a bit down there. There are several gears that sort of clunk into life down below you, and you can feel just the very faintest vibration underneath your feet and your hands on the floor. And on the other side of the bookcase to your right, further into the library, you hear ka-chunk, 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 chunk, chunk, and then a slide.
Well, I go over there.
The tiles have all
Following.
fallen in a very specific way that they now make a staircase down.
Let's go down that staircase.
Yeah.
As you go down the staircase, a waft of cold, damp air hits your face. And there's not too much headroom. You're going to have to go one by one down here. It's very, very narrow. And you might have to duck, especially Cepti with your horns. You're going to have to duck a little bit to get underneath. And then it narrows down a little bit further, so you're going to have to crawl a little bit. It's not claustrophobic yet. You come to a ledge, and there's a ladder going down into the darkness below you.
Can I see anything down there?
No. It's pretty far down.
You guys don't have to come with me if you don't want to. But I would like your company.
Well done.
We will.
I'm gonna shut the door
Come
and
with you.
walk over there with a weary sigh.
You're making it into the tunnel.
You're
Yeah.
gonna make it into the
I'm
Okay,
kind
good.
of big.
Just making sure.
He can fit, but
Oh.
barely. Going down the ladder, it's really thick wood, very sturdy. It's something that's probably been here for a long, long time. You can feel a sort of grime underneath your fingertips as you go down the ladder. There are big bands of iron that are keeping it stuck to the rock wall, and you're going down 10 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet. This is a long-ass ladder. And finally, after about 65 feet of ladder, your feet find ground. Ahead of you is a very narrow rock path. It goes forward, and you can see ahead of you a very faint light. And in the light, you see stairs that go to the left, stairs that go up to the right, stairs that go up to the left, stairs that go forward, and then a platform. From where you are right now, you can't see anything on the platform, and everything else disappears into darkness. You can't see the ground. You can hear a little faint trickle that sounds like there might be an underground river going around this island that you found. And the stairs look pristine. They're perfectly cut. They're not rough in any way. They're a light stone, kind of the same stone that you saw on the buildings out in Grimm's Pound. But they're perfect. The perfect angle, the perfect lift, the perfect rise to every stair. And they zigzag up and then go straight.
These stairs are so perfect.
So those of us without dark vision, can we see any of this?
Barely.
I'll strike up a torch.
Ibelin looks back up the ladder and briefly holds this book.
You're gonna have to take a long rest to pour over that.
I'm not reading it,
Okay.
but I'm contemplating that all things feel like they lead to the same point right now.
Well, we haven't taken a rest, like, at all, have
No.
we?
I would really like one, but this seems more important right now.
And potentially the wrong place.
But we may not have this chance again.
Well, maybe we try the stairs and maybe the platform leads to, like, a spot where everybody can sleep for a little bit? I'm so sorry, you guys. It's so late.
Maybe we
Don't
can
worry
just,
about it,
you know,
Cepti.
power through this and then hopefully get a good night's sleep
And
after.
I'll sleep for, like, 2 days.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. And I run.
Run.
No!
You're just about the only one that can run because you can see so well in the dark. When Earth lit the torch, kind of hurt your eyes just a little bit, getting light when your eyes had adjusted to the dark. But they get back to normal pretty quickly. You go up to the first thing of stairs, and you can hear a couple bats above you, but mostly they're going out of the cavern somehow to hunt for the night. They're not bothered by you, and they're certainly not focusing on you.
Okay. I'm running
Yeah, well, I'll go
right behind her.
Okay. It's a little harder for you just because Earth is behind you with the torch.
Yeah,
You
I'm
want to see
bringing
where
up
you're
the
going.
But I
So
can
just
see
be
like her
careful.
shadow,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. You can see the basic outline of things. So there's no railing on these stairs. You just have to be very careful as you wind up them. Once you get to the top of the second turn, Cepti, at the front, you can see a little bit more of the platform up above. There are actually pillars. There are 4 giant pillars that look like they're made of that same black marble as the tile. Climbing up another set of stairs, you can see further onto the platform that there's a little pedestal in the center. This platform is very, very small though, and this pedestal is very wide. Once you get up to the very, very top of these stairs, you can see that the pedestal is actually almost a dish. And there's a velvet pillow right in the center, crimson pillow, and it has an indentation in the center, but nothing on it. Now, this platform is big enough for you to step onto and then move over to the side for someone else to then step onto and then move over to the side. You have barely a centimeter of wiggle room on this thing. It is not meant for a whole group of people. But you can certainly all get up on it, as long as you're careful. You have to do a little bit of shimmying along the side.
Cepti, this is weird. I kind of have a bad feeling about this.
Not really built for shimmying.
Sorry.
On either side of this platform is just a sheer drop
Oh, good.
into the darkness. And now that you're up here, those with dark vision, my 3 with dark vision, you can see walls way off in the distance. Stone walls. And they look like the walls of some kind of building. There are holes where windows should be, but there's rock and sediment and moss in them. Like it was something that was buried. Like a Pompeii.
Oh, okay.
Intriguing.
Now, as you guys are all gathering around on the platform, Cepti, you get this weird sensation that feels like a buzz, like an alcoholic buzz. And the others sort of start to seem a little far away, and your attention is drawn behind you, and you're the only one that can see this. Everyone else is so hyper-focused on this pedestal and this dish and this pillow, thinking about what's been on it, what we're here for, what the fuck is all of this. You see a faint glow off in the darkness, off to one side. And as you stare at it, you see a figure. Almost floating.
Is it something I can go to?
No. It's floating off in the darkness, but it is coming towards you. And as it gets a little bit closer, this flying figure, you can tell, is female.
Yeah.
It's her.
Yeah.
She is a glowing humanoid creature, and she has the deep mushrooms that you've grown up eating and researching, growing off of her figure. It looks like it would be bizarre, but she's lovely. There's something so otherworldly and ethereal about her. She has a hint of a face. She's very tall. And like the mushrooms, she has these sort of tendrils coming off of her that billow as she floats, almost like a cloak.
Oh, she's so pretty.
And she smiles. And with a voice that echoes in your head, kind of like a rock skipping across ice, you can tell that common is not a language that she really knows or understands, but she's still primally able to communicate with you. In a very stuttering speech, she says hello.
Hello? I saw you in the library.
I know you. You are mine. And she smiles, and there's something very benevolent and calming in her face. And she comes closer and closer and closer, floating above the dark drop into the river below you. And you can see more details in her. You can see more details and fronds and things coming off of her. And there's something in her hand. And she alights right in front of you. So close you can touch her and you can feel this glow coming off of her, almost like it's tangible. You can feel it enveloping you and it feels like home, like you're back in the Underdark. And she holds out her hands to you, and it's a sack. It's just a plain burlap sack. It's the most basic thing you've ever seen. There's nothing... It's almost a letdown in this situation, because she's such an ethereal, magical creature, and she's just holding a burlap sack.
She's just handing me a bag of cash.
Like a potato sack.
Are we at a point where... Are we, the rest of us, now seeing her? And like,
No
I'm
one
stuck
sees
out.
her.
It's just Cepti that
Only
Am I just
Cepti.
zoned out?
Yep.
Yeah.
To everyone else, you're just staring off into the distance.
Oh, so she's not actually
And
saying
time-
anything out loud.
I'm
Has
saying
slowed. Time has slowed. She is just staring off into the distance. Nothing else is happening.
Okay.
To you guys, this will feel like seconds. To her, it's minutes. So she holds out the sack to you. And a look of sadness passes over her face, and she says, I am failing.
No.
I have no reach. I need you. And she pushes the sack to you. And
Take it. Have my hands out.
the sack falls into your hands and it's warm. And when you open it, a glow and a burst of spore dust comes out and it hits you. And as it settles over your eyes, you've gotten some in your eyes, you start to see glyphs everywhere. They're all over the walls down here.
All over the place.
Glowing blue glyphs. Someone has set up the most elaborate wards down here, and they are just coating the entire walls. You can see now very clearly, because these glyphs are so bright, you can see all the way down into the depths where there's a river and there are rocks piled down there like a cave-in. You can see ruined pieces of staircases and ruined rooms off to the side. You can see a theater. You see a giant stage underneath you, rotten and broken from age.
Okay.
It's not necessarily the theater that you think is important.
No.
It's where it was built. You are almost down below, almost at sea level. Almost. And these glyphs undulate a little bit like they're on a veil that's moving in the wind. And you can see them going out back to the ladder. And from the top of the ladder, way, way up there, you see a bright glow coming down from the library. There must be thousands of wards up there.
Can I, like, read them? Or are they glyphs that I recognize?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. 16?
16. You can definitely make out some of them. They're still far enough away that you can't make out details. There's all sorts of circles and shapes and stars and crosshairs and other different elements of spells written and spoken that you don't necessarily see. You can make out, well, most of them are protection.
Okay.
Some of them are defensive. Some of them are offensive. There's one for like a fire warding spell down off to the side. It's mostly protection.
Okay.
And there's one glyph on the pedestal in the middle of that big fat red pillow. It looks like a circle. and it has a crosshair in it. Like a quartered circle. And when you look back into the bag where that spore dust had come up, you see tiny glowing seeds. Thousands. There are thousands and thousands of them. They're about the size of poppy seeds. They're very small, but there are hundreds of these. Oh my god. You were just holding a bag of seeds. But they're glowing just faintly, like the mushrooms. And she smiles and gestures fluidly to the bag in your hands, and she says, "You must help."
What do I do?
Plant me so that I can grow again. And she takes one seed and looks to the ground and drops it.
Watch it.
It falls right next to the river. Almost as if she had used a laser sight and pointed it exactly where she wanted it to go. And it's going to be there now. Somehow you can, in this heightened awareness, all of your senses are multiplied by 5. You can almost sense that it is growing. It's the most bizarre sensation to you in the entire world. Even as a druid, you have such a connection to plants, but this is so different. You can all of a sudden sense roots everywhere. You can feel almost every single seed in the bag like it's a vibration of a harp. You can feel the algae in the river. You can feel the seaweed that's just at the reach where the wall breaks and the river goes out to the sea. You can feel everything alive. And then slowly it starts to ebb away just a little bit, and she starts to float back into the darkness, and her hands are stretched out towards you, and the last thing that you can hear her echoing say is, "Help." And then, like a rush of blood to the head, she fades into the darkness, and sound rushes back at you. Suddenly you can hear the river again very clearly. You can hear your friends. They're all gathered around this thing, and it's like time hasn't passed at all. But you have this sack in your hand.
Are you alright?
What is that?
Where did
Did
bag come from?
Did you guys see her?
What?
Her? Did you see her?
Her?
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, she was here. She was, and she gave me this. I have to plant these. And I reach in and grab some, and they're so tiny.
Just a couple spill out onto the dirt at your feet.
I have to plant these.
Where did that come from?
They're from her. She's here.
That her that they said you were gonna meet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking very quizzically at those, looking around.
There's no one here.
Okay.
You guys didn't see her?
No.
Well, it's just me then. No pressure. And I tie up the sack and kind of fold it so none of the seeds fall out, and I tuck it in really, really tightly, in my clothes.
Yeah.
So I've got it.
It's definitely precious cargo.
Yes.
So for everyone else, you've just been here a couple of seconds, standing at this podium. All of a sudden, she has a sack in her hands, like it's a potato sack.
Yep.
Whatever. This place is weird. It's definitely weird. You get a very odd feeling down here. You get a very weird vibration, our bard. All you can tell right now is that something was on this pillow. There's an indentation, a circular indentation, but
I'm I reach my hand out slowly because I know that glyph was there, and I'm just gonna put my hand on it.
It's like very, very thin ice shatters when you touch it.
They see that?
Yeah, everyone sees it.
Ooh.
When she puts her hand down, it's like something breaks. You can hear and pieces of, it looks like glass, in essence, fall onto the pillow and then dissolve like ice. What you can tell from what you've seen so far, those who are arcanically inclined, this is the mark of a glyph that was set towards something, and the glyph has been broken. Something prevented it from doing its job. Like, if you put a glyph on a candlestick and someone uses some kind of bizarre, powerful magic to get the candlestick without breaking the glyph is still stuck there, but it's unable to do its job. And when it's activated, it breaks. Because the variables that were set up when it was created are no longer there.
Do I still see the glyphs?
They've all faded. As you guys kind of glance at Cepti, though, you can see just the very, very, very faintest hint of a colored mist coming off the corners of her eyes. It's mint. It's very faint. Almost to the point where you can't quite tell if maybe you are actually seeing this? Is it? No. Wait. No. No. That's impossible.
Was she on that pillow?
No, she was just here. Just here.
And so far, you don't know her name.
Nope. She went away before I could ask her.
You've been praying to this deity for quite a while, actually, and you never... This is one deity... There are several deities in the Underdark where you don't quite know their names, because in the Underdark, there's power in knowing a name. Mm-hmm. And knowing a complete name can also be a way of invocation, which can be good or bad. So a lot of names were completely destroyed. Or lost to history.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I got a sack. It's got some seeds in it. And we can probably go now.
That's why we came down here?
We don't do anything with the pillow.
What is there to do?
I don't know.
That's all there is up here.
I'm gonna take out the sack.
Seems like there was something
I'm gonna
important
take
up
one
here.
seed and I'm just gonna put it on the pillow. And then roll the sack back up and put it back in.
Nothing happens. It's kind of like a weird offering.
Yeah.
It's obviously not going to grow here because it's on a pillow, but yeah.
It's just there.
Yeah.
When everything lit up, you didn't really describe that to us, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
It seems like there was something important on this pillow that...
And there's no,
This
other
this
stair or
pedestal.
elevator.
Nope,
We're just
just
out
back
here in
the
the
way you came.
darkness.
Back down.
Alright, well this was weird.
In essence, from what you can tell, is something was supposed to be here,
Mm-hmm.
but something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Okay.
Back to Miel then.
Yeah, you guys can go sleep now.
Great!
I'll just turn and start walking back to the ladder.
Is the reasoning very simple for Earth? Just well, that's done.
Yes.
Yep, the end.
Meanwhile, I'm just
I'm not
very
analyzing
troubled.
it.
Back down around
It's an empty pillow and a bunch of seeds. Time for bed.
To this place is looking around because the rest was in darkness. Still got a torch, right?
I just do have a torch.
Can I have that?
I hand the torch to Ord.
Yeah. I want to look around further around other places than this pedestal that we went to.
Are there other places to go? Let's
find
find
out.
just like the stairs and the platform.
That's several 100 feet below you.
Yeah, that's fine. Go back down.
You can't go down there.
You can't go down.
Can't go down?
Nope. So
It's just a drop
the stage area that she saw is down here.
I thought we went down and then we went up.
You did. So you started way up here. You went down the ladder. You went across a rock walkway. You went up to the left, up to the right, up to the left, forward. And there's your platform, way up here. And the stage area is way down here. This is a very very deep cavern.
Which
This
she
is
hasn't
like
told us she's seen.
several
So,
levels.
yeah.
Yeah. You can definitely look
I thought
around.
there was like other pathway.
If you want to look down over the thing, you can.
Oh, no.
Was there a path that we didn't take getting here?
No.
Okay.
Literally just the path.
This
Yeah.
is the only path.
That's the only path.
I thought it branched off at one point, but
Yeah.
I think
That's
I misheard.
That's what I thought.
It just undulates
Well,
its
yeah.
way up.
It zigzags.
Till it.
Yeah.
Left, right, and then platform.
So we didn't see the theater.
No.
Just okay.
Not unless you want to look down.
I'm just gonna start walking down the steps and then kind of yell over my shoulder. Oh, hey, Ord, the theater's down there. And then keep going.
Great. Now we have to go to the underground theater.
Well, I still
There'll
have
be a lot of pretentious stuff.
Still have a lot of questions that have been unanswered.
And they're not following me yet, right?
Nope, you're just heading back on your own.
I'm gonna stop and turn around. Did you guys want to sleep, or do you want to, like, take a rope and go into the dark where you guys can't see anything
okay.
and we don't know what we're doing yet?
You just said there's a theater there.
There's a theater there?
Was there anything else down there? Just the theater? Like,
Where's the
right?
theater? Point it out.
So I'll go back up the steps and, like, get to the edge of the platform. All fours, kind of grab the edge, look over, and, like, point in the general direction of where the theater was.
So your platform that
Just
you're on
down.
is roughly a rectangle. This one's kind of just like a pillar. It's not made of the same stone. So where she's looking is on the opposite side of this long rectangle as the stairs. So you all have to very carefully shimmy off to the other side. And when you look down, you can see very, very, very faintly, especially those that don't have dark vision, you can only just barely make out. If your eyes are like super wide, you can barely make out the silhouette. You guys can see broken bits of a stage. It's wood, but it's rotting. It's decayed. This thing has been down here for a while. There's almost like a dugout, which could have been a backstage area. There's a couple of stairs that go up to balconies and things, and you can sort of see that this is built like an amphitheater. Back the way you came, to your left and to your right, you can see stairs that function as seats going up like a coliseum.
I'm gonna fire a torch off of my torch that Ord is holding and get it nice and blazing and toss it so we can actually see clear.
Are you tossing it onto the
And
stage?
light the rotting wood.
I'm not tossing it onto the wood. I'm tossing it onto the stone part, just trying to get it close to
Okay.
the amphitheater part.
Amphitheater part. Alright.
Yeah.
So you're tossing it behind you?
Yeah.
Because that's where the stairs are.
Yeah. Well,
You're sort of in an egg shape right now.
okay. Yeah, just wherever I don't think it'll burn up the stage.
We'll probably be on the stairs off to your left. Now
Okay.
you throw it down off to this, where the stairs are starting to come up, the stair seats, and you can see a little bit clearer. It starts to singe some of the grass that's growing down there.
Yeah.
Don't set it on fire! You're good!
Not all of us have dark vision, lass.
You can see behind you, it's not high enough that you can jump off onto it, not without breaking your leg. The stairs go down, and where there would be some space between the seats and the front of the stage is where the river has come in and just blasted its way through.
Okay.
It's a pretty thick, quickly moving river.
So, just to make sure I understand, we can get to it without roping to it. We can.
No, you can't.
We can't.
You can't.
Okay.
You need rope.
I have.
Like I said, you can't jump down onto the highest part, which is the top of the stairs, without breaking your leg.
I have 100 feet of rope, so.
You can get down to the top of the stairs with your rope,
Okay.
but that's about it. And that's going to require you to go back from your platform up here, down the stairs to the left, to the right, to the left, and then rope off there.
Are we doing that?
I mean, I also have 50 feet of rope, so I can help.
We, like, tie ropes to ropes to ropes and then go down? You guys were really sleepy, though. I don't... Like, if you're tired...
Well, we might
What
not
else
get
are we
this
gonna
chance
get
again.
down there?
It's true, we're here.
We're down here.
Yeah.
They're not gonna let us back in that library knowingly.
We can't count on your green glowing things to let us in again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, she was being real weird about this theater.
Very weird about this.
So,
I imagine something catastrophic, like traumatic, must have happened here for them to have let this place get in such a state of disrepair. It's like old and
like, wow,
gross.
this is like a whole city.
And it's huge.
It is huge. I want to explore. I want to find out. And then I'm going to go to sleep for the next 4 days.
We can sleep down here.
I don't know about that. I don't know, Cepti.
No, it's great. It's great. It's cozy.
Not
We can
all
like
of
curl
us.
up in some
Spending
like
your
the moss
from-
is really soft.
In a rotting theater. I mean, it makes for a good story, but it sounds uncomfortable.
It's inspiration. Yeah.
While this is happening, I'm taking the rope off of my path. And I'm walking
Just-
over to Earth.
I'm a sailor, so I should be pretty good with knots. How much rope do we need to get to these stairs?
So is there something to tie it to?
No. You're going to need about 60
60? Oh,
from
okay.
here. From the pillars, which you don't know if they're going to hold. They might. They're pretty big around. They're about the size of a man. You'd need about 150?
Okay.
No,
well,
130. 130.
Alright, well, I have 50 feet of hemp rope, 50 feet of silk rope. I'll start to knot those together and make sure they're good, strong knots.
I've got
You only
50
need the
feet.
2.
Oh, okay.
From the platform right here, you're going to need more. From if you go down back to where the stairs start, you're only going to need 60. Because that's at the top of the staircase where the seats are.
Okay. I tie it off around the sturdiest looking column and drape it down to those other set of stairs that we're trying to get to. And someone very light go first.
You're going to need her rope as well. This
Yeah.
is the farther drop.
Okay.
Is there anything to tie it to in the lower area?
No.
Okay, then we're going from here.
Yeah, I use her rope as well.
Alright.
Who's the smallest?
Probably me. I'll go. And I kind of hold on to the rope because not my strong suit.
So as you light up onto the top of this rope,
Mm-hmm.
you pull. The pillar gives just a tiny, tiny
Oh
bit.
God!
I'm gonna brace the rope too and hold it.
Okay. You can climb down.
Okay.
Make one dex check.
6.
Thankfully, I set it very low.
Oh, good.
You get about halfway down this rope. You can hear it echoing coming from the cavern. There's like a tiny rock that goes all the way down the stairs. You get a little started and your feet slip and you start to slide very quickly down the middle part of the rope, grasping onto the silk. Silk burn hurts so bad.
It sure does.
And the middle of your hands just burns up. You finally grasp it. Your hands sort of squeak to a halt. It hurts so bad. You're just about there now, though. You can go the rest of the way and get to the stairs. And you're fine. You haven't fallen. But, ow.
Your rope sucks! But also be careful.
That wasn't mine.
I mean, I didn't have any silk rope. So
You only had him.
I only had hemp.
Yurth would be glad to lie. That was Leah's rope.
Was not.
Cepti knows.
But it's real dark down there, right?
Yeah, you can see fine.
I can see fine. Okay.
Especially because there are 2 torches lit above you, and you have dark vision. You can see fine.
I'm gonna do a produce flame cantrip just so
So-
everybody can kind of see where I'm at, where it landed. Here's your target.
Easy.
There you go.
So right now, the stairs rise above you, almost like a wall of seats. It's pretty damn high. And you get the feeling that this place was built so big because it was so popular. There are so many seats in this place. There's several feet of seats. So in front of you, you can see some rocks, a couple of broken stairs, and just a little bit of shore, as it were. And then this gushing river. You're gonna have to find a way to ford this. You might be able to get across without any other means, but it's gonna be a struggle because this thing is moving fast.
Okay. Is everybody else going down?
I want to climb down that rope.
I'm gonna stay up here.
I will go down.
14.
14. You make it down, okay. It's a little bit of a struggle. You get wrapped up just for half a second. The rope wraps around your ankle, but you're fine. You get down.
I'm gonna try. Nice.
13.
13. Evelyn, in your heavy, heavy armor, it's a little bit harder.
Mhm.
The pillar moves just a hair. It's not, oh my god, it's gonna break immediately. It's, oh, we're putting a lot of strain on this pillar. This beautiful work of art that has a almost Art Deco swirling pattern at the top of it. So there's a brief moment where your rope jolts just a tiny bit.
Ooh.
And you feel that surge of adrenaline for a second, but then you realize it's not going to break. And you slide down the rest of the way. It's a bit of a struggle.
I am still trying to brace the rope.
Yeah, understandable, I know.
I rolled 17.
17, you're fine. You slide right down that rope, practiced, with your leather gloves on, prepared so that you don't burn yourself. So the four of you are down here, and you see this river in front of you. It's coursing very swiftly, and you're going to need to get across.
How wide is it?
It's about the length of this table. It's just a couple feet. About the length of a
fast
human.
but small.
This
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
We don't know how deep it is.
No.
Would there be conceivably anything I could tie to from down here?
Not really.
Okay.
There's some pretty sizable rocks where there might have been a cave-in where things might have just fallen out of age.
Okay.
But there's nothing to really tie to. This is just the stair seats, basically, on this side.
In that case, I'm going to pull out my rope anyway. I'm going to hand one end to any in the group who will take it for them to keep a tow on me. I'll go ahead and go across first, tie it around my waist.
I can hold the rope.
Okay. And I start walking across.
Cool. Ibelin, make a strength, or not a strength, make an athletics check for me, and Leah, make a strength check for me.
Athletics, you said?
Oh no.
And here we go. 2.
Oh god! Hey! That's
So-
one more better than I rolled.
When they don't return, Yerth goes back to the inn.
So,
Finds a new party.
as Ibelin steps into the river, you're expecting ground, and you keep expecting ground, even as you sink in above your head.
Oh god.
And the rope, with the force of the current, all of a sudden the rope is just absolutely yanked from your hands. You were not at all prepared for this. You are
God.
currently sinking in your armor.
No.
With 2, you are struggling. This current is like being blasted in the face.
Shit.
It's
Is he been pulled down?
He's slowly being pulled, but because of how heavy his armor is, he's mostly being pulled down.
I'm gonna stick my staff in the water and try and poke and find him if he can grab onto it.
Make another athletics check for me.
Alright. Oh. Much better. Let's see. 23.
Excellent! You get bonked right on the head by the staff, meaning you know exactly where to find it. You grab the bottom of the staff, and you pull, make a strength check
Well,
for
I'm
me.
gonna yell that.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
help
really feel
over.
everyone to assist.
Okay,
So the strength check.
yeah. Both of you make a strength check for me.
I was gonna help, and then I rolled a 7.
Oh God,
I would only allow one person to help.
3.
Oh, you have a minus to strength.
17.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Erd pulled a 17. Ord pulled a 17, sorry. Oh gosh. Because Cepti rolled a 3, you're not sinking anymore, but you're not coming back up. Not right now.
I'm just holding static.
And because this water is battering you in the face, you can feel it going up your nose. You can feel that awful sting feeling right up at the top of the bridge of your nose. And you're being beaten by this water. You have maybe 2 turns before water starts to get into your mouth.
Can I grab the staff and try?
Someone's already helping.
2 people
you
are
would
like...
have to
But they both
take one
tried.
of them. You would have to take one of them off the staff. It's not like
Do
a
it.
giant staff.
I'm little.
This is a walking stick.
I'm
Yeah, it's a quarter staff.
I like to think the cinematic here is underwater camera on Evelyn drowning, and then it pans up out of the water, and they're just running to shore, and then it pans up further to Yurth, who's just kind of...
Wrapping his hands around.
Yeah, you can shove me out of the way if you want.
yeah.
I'm little.
I'm good.
Alright, if you're gonna pull, make another strength check.
Don't fail me, new dice.
Can I use my
Okay,
bardic
that's better.
inspiration?
That is. Are we
like-
just doing strength or are we doing athletics?
Strength.
Okay.
I'm doing
19.
athletics.
19.
I'm
Alright.
gonna... Okay, wait, can Evelyn hear me? Probably not.
No.
I'm rushing
He
water.
can only hear the water.
It is
If
all
I
water.
yell, even if I yell.
But
Can't
with
be
that
faked.
19, you finally, after, oh my god, a struggle, crest the surface of the water. You're still on their side of the shore, but you can grab onto the bank and get up. Your armor is going to need so much cleaning. It's going to rust. Oh my god.
Shit.
Guys, let me know if you need anything. I'm just hanging out up here.
I'm good.
That didn't work.
Can you conjure a bridge
I can't.
anything? Okay.
And slink and crawling up and out and just roll over on my back for a second. Right next to the water. Oh.
I think technically my flame is gone because it appears in my hand and then I grab the staff.
Yeah. You panicked and you let it go.
I did.
Is Brutus flame concentration?
No, it's
No?
just it's a cantrip. It's just
Okay.
yeah.
Huh.
Well,
I'm glad you didn't roll a 1.
Yeah. I was just
Otherwise
gonna
you
try
would
and
have
like
burned-
warm him up.
You would have
but-
burnt right through your staff.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Oh god.
I'm just gonna take a minute.
okay, so we don't send the one with the armor into the river first.
Maybe.
Thanks for trying.
Hey guys, it's really peaceful up here.
That's nice. So,
It's kind of nice. A little bit of alone time.
Uh-huh.
Alone time as you still shout back down to your party.
That would be a bad idea. I was thinking about like doing like a long jump.
yeah.
Like running across
I've read
over
it,
the river.
yeah.
I mean,
You could
it
try.
might be doable,
You could
honestly.
If it's only as wide as this table.
Especially if you get like most of the way across, then you might be able
And you're
to...
lightly armored.
try. You could try.
And jumping's athletics, if you're skilled in athletics.
I'm more.
Yeah, you know,
I've got
I mean,
proficiency
I'm
in
just gonna
athletics.
try it. I want to get over there.
Okay, Seth,
Wait.
hold on to your staff.
Or
Okay.
no, rather while I'm lying down on the ground still. Wait. But you need the rope.
Okay, I'll untie
And
the
I'm
rope
just
from
like-
him.
Laying down still on my waist.
Alright.
Just yank it out from under him.
Your
Yeah.
poor half-elf friend is just laying in a pool of water.
I imagine it's still pouring out of his
A
arm.
little bit. It's seeping.
Just trickling.
All that padding you have under there too,
Mushy.
soaked. You're gonna be squishing as you walk. Gross. Yep.
I think rather for the moment, I'm gonna like... I'm gonna take it off to let it sit there on the rocks and dry until
Probably
we
a good
come
idea.
back. And I'm just gonna be, granted, a little less protected, but in mostly just my pants and shirt situation.
How long is this rope?
50 feet.
50 feet. Okay, it's fine.
Unless-
I can go back as far as I need to get a running start and try and jump across this
It's not
very deep
We're not gonna yo-yo you back.
river.
Make an athletics check.
Yeah. I'm gonna give myself some bardic inspiration on this one.
Okay.
Right? I can get... I add 1d6 to an ability check. Yeah, this is good.
Let's do it.
Because I forgot about this, because I'm a jack of all trades, I get to add a +1. Athletics?
Yep.
Alright, yeah.
TPK because of a river.
Oh god.
Hey, no one's died yet.
Wow! Awesome!
Yes! Need that inspiration.
Or are you human? You're human, right?
I'm a half
elf.
Half elf.
Yeah.
Half elf, half elf. Okay.
As it happened, yeah.
As it happened. With the grace of your people, what grace your people would normally have in this instance, you deftly leap across, almost making no sound when you land. It's so graceful. You almost strike a pose. It's very dramatic, but on the other side you see a large boulder that you could maybe anchor the rope to. You made it easily with a little flourish. You look Olympic.
Oh, that was so cool! I'm just like clapping and jumping.
I take a deep bow.
Hold up a piece of paper that has the room on it.
10 out of 10.
I'm just now kneeling up. I'm like, huh. Well, okay then.
Evelyn, you should have just done that.
Oh, yeah, I should have just done that.
Maybe you're a little more human than elf.
Well, I was trying to trudge straight through it. Didn't occur to me yet to be attempting any long jumps.
I'm gonna go try and tie this to that big boulder.
I'm gonna say with that 20, I'm just gonna let it wash over to the rope time. You can easily tie off that rope.
Cool.
I'm laying on my back now on the platform, hands behind my head. Hey guys, do you think they call it sand because it's between the sea and the land?
Yes.
Not now, Earth.
Earth, that's a really good point.
Thank you. Let me know how it's going down there.
I just, shook some wet sand out of a plate of armor as I was taking it off.
Evelyn almost died.
Of course.
Sand, of course.
It gets everywhere.
Shut up, Anakin. Alright.
Okay, so
You
now
can all
Ward is over there.
go across the river without a roll. It's a little bit of a struggle because this thing is so swiftly moving and there's no bottom that you can reach. It's almost like either this river came out of nowhere and just, like a drill, blasted its way through like a deep cut, or someone built it this way.
Okay.
You can't tell. But either way, you can get to the other side. There's just a little bit of shoreline before the wall of the wood of the stage. The apron of the stage is just right in front of you. It rises right out towards you. And there are stairs on either side where you can get up onto the stage. And then on the stage there are stairs, stone stairs built into the walls where you can get up onto 2 balconies on either side.
Oh, I'm definitely getting up on stage.
Is anyone else suspicious with how easy this is? I mean, not easy. Sorry, not easy. But
No, but I'm totally
than-
there with you.
I'd have rope burn and Evelyn just about died. So,
But
if
I
that's
meant
easy. Your life is really tough.
I meant non-magic wise. I thought there would be more trap.
I am very concerned that we've gotten through without much trying to stop us.
Well, hasn't this place been kind of abandoned?
But with the way that
But
the
look at it.
librarian person was talking, I forgot her name.
What is her name?
Rowena.
Was talking. I expected a lot more danger, I suppose. Magically
That makes
enforced
sense.
danger.
It should be protected, but they're all broken.
What?
I think.
Do you care to elaborate?
Or are you on stage? Are you gonna sing us something? Recite a poem?
Okay.
Leah just... I wasn't planning on saying.
Leah just crouches into a ball of confusion.
You picked a great group to go on.
I'll play my harmonica. I always keep that with me.
I'm just walking around stage a little bit, looking out, testing the floorboards or seeing if there's anything to see.
There's a couple of places where the floorboards have just caved into the understage area. Literally just dirt under there.
Okay.
Maybe a storage space for stuff before when they had plays going. On the stage, there are amazing acoustics in here. They're incredible, and you think it's mostly due to the fact that it's an amphitheater, so it's all bouncing off of the egg-shaped, half egg-shaped walls and things. There's not a whole lot here. In the backstage area, there's a couple of bookshelves that are just stuffed full. There's papers and books that are just falling off of the shelves. They're a little bit worn. They smell bad. Some of them are hard to read.
Am I on the other side of the river, like where she dropped the seed?
No, that's on the far side.
That's on the far side, like the side we just crossed from.
Yep.
Taking a look out from the stage where I am, how many people would I estimate could be in the audience?
About 2,000?
Massive. Big crowds.
I'm just gonna start wandering around looking for literally anything that makes this more than a ruin. So that'd be like investigation or perception or...
Yeah, make an investigation check.
I was thinking along similar lines, but I was curious specifically of like backstage. So I was
You can go backstage. What specifically are you looking for, Leah?
anything out of the ordinary for just ruins. Because I refuse to believe that this is just a broken down stage.
Okay, what did you roll?
15.
It's a stage.
So there are other buildings, though, right? Like, we're specifically in, like, a theater.
You're just a theater.
We're just-
It's just a theater.
Well, so I remember the walls and, like, more windows and stuff. So.
Yeah, the walls and windows, it's built in the way a Roman amphitheater is, where they have really high walls, and this is a place where it could be not only a theater for, like, plays and concerts and things, this could be a forum for political discourse. This could be where people from all over would gather for elections, mass elections, even appointing emperors or royalty.
Okay.
This is just a place of show, essentially. There's a door in the backstage area. Tons and tons of bookcases. Couple of broken chests that have costume jewelry and costumes that are musty and molded together.
Huh.
And there's a door.
There's a door.
Yeah.
I approached the door. I test the handle to give it a pull.
It's rusted and it's hard to move, but
Okay.
you can open it and the door creaks and it echoes all the way out into the seats.
Okay. Not stepping through yet, because I'm feeling a little more nervous now. Got a little bit rattled. Is there anything to see so far before having walked through?
Yeah, there's no lights in there. It's a small room.
Okay.
It looks like there was a beam of wood that was holding part of a ceiling up, and it's been split with age, and it's
Okay.
fallen, and a rock ceiling has caved in on it. It looks like this was probably a dressing room.
Oh, okay. So I just walk in however much I can real quick to scope around. Do I see anything of
There's-
interest?
A pseudo vanity.
Okay.
It's very old, not well made. Just sort of wood nailed together, a couple of drawers.
Are 2 of them locked?
Damn it. You find the Queen's Scepter. Yeah, there are a couple of drawers on it. On top, you can see some papers scattered about. There's 2 chests. Nothing that immediately
Okay.
pops out.
I mean, I'll sort of just flip open the chests then semi-casually if I can.
More costumes.
Yeah.
Lots of costume jewelry.
Expected items. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll look around, notice what used to be. Make a beeline and walk back out to my compatriots out on the stage.
What was that creek?
There's some dressing rooms and the like still back there. I didn't see anything.
Wait, like dressing rooms, like there's clothes and stuff?
I mean, you should have a look. There's...
Yeah.
It shows its age, just as this does.
That's
but,
okay.
Okay.
I'll run back and like find a cool
Rummage
costume.
through.
Yes. I'm going shopping at the Goodwill.
You open up that chest, and this thing has been down here for maybe 30, 40 years. There's a couple of dresses in there. There's a red one with a fake fur. It's a really disgusting fake fur lining around the neck.
Nope.
There's
Throw it out.
a green cloak that smells like mold. The entire thing smells like mold. Actually, it might not have always been green.
Oh, okay.
Everything here is just a tiny bit damp because of the river. And cold.
Is there anything that I could possibly fix with mending?
Sure. I mean,
Isn't like completely molded or rotten or
you
anything
find
like that.
a blue tunic with a green tree on it. This is very obviously costume.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of rips underneath the arms that you could use mending on. You could just sew them back together too.
Okay.
That's about it. It's just costumes for whatever play they were in the middle of doing.
Evelyn, did you like take all your armor off because it was like soaking wet and terrible?
Yeah, no, it's like drying off on the bank on the other side.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out the tunic and do mending and I'm like, Evelyn, I made you this. You can wear it till your armor's done.
Oh, thank you.
I hope it doesn't smell too weird.
Does Ibelin like it?
I don't know, does he? I mean, it's fine.
Roll
It was at the near the bottom of the chest, so it's not as damp.
Okay. I mean, sure then. I do have a shirt on, but
well,
yeah,
yeah,
I'll take
like
that
I know you're not naked, but
yeah,
It's like
it's
when
cold
you
down here.
I'll go for it.
when you put things through the dryer and they're dry. They're definitely dry, but they still have just a little
bit.
Oh, yeah.
a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
hold up.
All right. I shall wear this tunic.
So you're slightly more clothed
Yeah.
than just like your under stuff.
Leah's just sitting on the riverbank. She's given up.
Peaced out.
She's waiting till everyone's done. Let me know if you find anything.
Kind of muttering some sea shanties to myself.
Oh, we can hear you like echoing down.
Did you want to like come check
Start
this
singing
out?
along.
I'm worried about my size on the rope, but thank you, Les.
It
can,
echoes
like-
really well in here.
Tuck and roll.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm pretty?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're beautiful.
Thanks.
How long have we been down here?
I'd say at this point it's been about 30 minutes, maybe 40.
Okay.
Seems longer when you're on the platform by yourself.
Yes.
I'm gonna cross the river and just by myself with the rope.
Okay. You have to hold your sword above your head with your elbow tucked around the rope so that you can keep it dry.
I'm not so sure any evidence of what happened that like this place would have been abandoned. Like what happened here?
Make an investigation check.
I guess probably backstage. I'm not doing anything out in there.
Falling
What are you
into
looking
the earth.
for? Do you need help? It's a big theater.
Yeah.
What?
Any scars, marks, or notes about what happened here?
Okay. Okay. I mean, you came all the way down here with me, so I can at least help you.
Thank you, Cepti.
Yeah.
We're
so
investigation.
Mm-hmm.
11.
5. I found this cool rock.
Classic rolls.
Pretty much. You find a nice rock. It's been worn smooth by the river.
Yay.
I
keep it.
There's... When you go over to the backstage area, the first thing you do is go over to the bookcase because that's really the only thing back here, except for a couple broken chests, and there's not really a whole lot in there beyond some dumb costumes. A couple of them are really gaudy. There's a lot to sift through here. There's a lot. Like I said, it's just like pouring out of this bookcase. They're shoved in there. It's almost like this is someone's storage area. There are what for this area are essentially newspapers. It's just a printed, like the seed paper, sewn together like a booklet that has news of the month. It's from many years ago, before you were born, in fact. It's news about the area. A lot of the newspapers are stuff like, it's gonna rain in 5 days, and summaries of the farmers' almanacs and things. Like, this is a good time to plant this seed, and here are some gardening tips for this. It's like a Hobbit newsletter.
Is that the most recent?
No. If you dig a little bit deeper, you can find a couple of the more recent ones. One of them has a big headline, big print. You think that maybe the person who was making these did them all by hand. It was a labor of love. You haven't seen these recently, so it might have fallen out of business. The big headline says just 3 words: Rowena closes theater.
I'm gonna pick that up and show it around.
So you show everybody, and you can sit down to read the article if you want. The article basically is almost a gossip column piece about Rowena. Mostly what you gather from it is that she's a woman of renown. People came to this theater that she built with her own hands for all sorts of events. This, again, in that time was a big hub of activity, and now Dayport is just a tiny, sleepy town. The theater was closed after some kind of accident. No one talks about what happened, so you get a whole list of different rumors of what happened. The author seems to think that it's tied into the death of her son. But there's rumors of, like, the thing sank into the ocean and it's gone forever, like Atlantis. And there's a rumor that a dragon came and razed it to the ground. There's a rumor that trolls stampeded. There's a rumor that someone set a magical fire and it's still burning to this day. No one knows what happened to the theater. It's almost like one day it was there and the next it was gone.
My goodness.
Well, it's obviously not still on fire, so this one's wrong.
Nor is it completely submerged, though there is a little water here.
Just a little bit, though.
Although, it is down here.
It's down here. Yeah.
At the very end, the author signs her name. Just says Fran. Fran F.
I don't know if we'll find anything else down here. This rate. Doesn't say anything else. Is it? Yeah, okay, that's it. Turn around. Start trudging across the river.
Alright, are you guys heading back up to
Yeah.
the library? Okay.
As soon as I hear any tension on the rope, I get up and brace it as they climb.
Is there anywhere else we should look before we leave?
Were there any other passageways around backstage, up, around?
Just
No?
the dressing rooms.
Was
There's not a whole
there-
lot, because this is such an old theater, there's not a whole lot of backstage area.
Yeah.
Was there a boat? and a pathway down the river for a little Phantom of the Opera situation.
Ooh.
No?
If there's a boat, I'm gonna be real pissed.
There's a boat. There's no boat.
Is there any way of like looking down the river to like see where it goes?
So
You just follow it?
the area that you're in is essentially an egg, and it's completely enclosed. This is when you go and look to where the river is originating, it's bursting from a wall. And you follow it all the way down, and there's a giant crack and a hole that the river entirely fills. It's bursting through the wall on the other side.
Mm.
It's probably
That looks
emptying into
dangerous.
the ocean or something.
It's either coming from the ocean or going to the ocean.
And wouldn't be
Evelyn,
easy
wanna
to
go in and check it out?
That's mean. He almost died.
death glare.
Evelyn can't swim.
I can swim just fine.
Oh, wait, you can't?
Yeah.
You should have done it
You
then.
didn't.
I'm just climbing the rope, shaking my head.
You
Trying to
you
get
try
back up there.
swimming with an extra 40 pounds on you.
Oh, that's true. Okay. We'll try swimming again. If you need help, I can help teach you.
He just
Okay.
starts packing things
Condescending,
out. Very,
Cepti. We've not experienced her before.
very unhappy with the outcome of that particular event.
You know, hey, Earth, what's up?
And I'm not putting my armor back on. I'm bundling it up like as neatly as I can.
What happened to
It's part
him?
of my pack.
He almost drowned.
Oh, glad I didn't go.
He just walked into the river.
Yeah, it's okay.
With all of his armor on.
Anything down there?
Not much,
No.
but pointing to
Ord.
Word.
Ord.
You're pointing at Ord, Evelyn.
Don't point, it's rude.
I show him the headline.
I look at it. I imagine
Can you
Earth
read?
probably reads. He probably like moves his lips when he reads.
One word at a time.
And it's got a bunch of like rumors. You said right? And,
Gossip.
Yeah.
It's essentially a glorified gossip column.
Was it on fire?
No.
Burning forever?
No.
No.
You
I
would
mean,
have
does
seen
it?
that.
Was the sea down there?
Just
Well,
a little bit.
Maybe.
Powerful river.
Maybe at one point.
That's pretty weird, though.
Was it a salty river?
Was it a salty river?
You didn't get any in your mouth.
That's true.
Yeah.
Did it,
Taste
did it burn
that
your
far.
eyes?
Did it burn of salt up my nose?
Do you have...
It
Facial
burned.
hair?
You have no idea if it's salty or not because this thing was just rushing into your face.
Rivers don't normally just burst through places.
Unless
Right?
you're,
Sydney and
There's
Florida.
underground
unless
rivers
you're
all the
in
time.
Argentina. That's a real thing that just happened.
Jeez.
I know, it's weird.
I'm going to bed.
Good idea.
Maybe there's something to the sun.
Oh,
Son?
did she tell us about that?
It mentioned something about Rowena's son might be related to this.
Yeah. The death of her son.
I don't think she mentioned that during our drinking session.
Before we leave real quick, I just look to my right, back out to the platform, and I walk over to just move the pillow real quick. It's like,
So you guys have all climbed back up and you're...
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm separating the ropes into
because we hadn't
separate
like
parts.
investigated there before, and maybe I should have done it more gingerly, but I'm still like post washout and was just like, wait, we didn't check that. Walk over.
As you swipe it out of its place, it's a nice pillow. It's soft. Again, a glyph almost shimmers to life and then
Ooh.
falls to the ground in that dish and then melts like ice.
Okay.
Wasn't there a seed on it?
Oh, might have missed that.
Did you just lose my seed?
No, it's like
He's just
You're right.
I'm
Yeah.
like
No
going.
idea
I'm
what
going
the
to
seed
the
is.
dish and
This
I'm like
is the
trying to
size
see
of
if I
a
can find
poppy
it.
seed.
I
This is
know.
Gone.
It's not in the dish.
Make an investigation check. With disadvantage.
No. Alright.
and there's nothing below the pillow. that was to be found. It was
Except
mainly
for that
that the
glyph.
glyph was there. Okay.
With disadvantage?
Yeah.
2.
This thing is like a 16th the size of your fingernail. No idea where it is.
Well, this was
I put the pillow back because I'm just,
a thing.
I don't know.
As I start making my way back
Well,
down the
I
hallway.
think you just incurred Cepti's wrath.
Maybe all I did was pick it up.
Where is she?
It's
okay,
okay,
please.
you should know.
I didn't flip it over
I just have to be more careful.
and shake the pillow out or anything.
You said you grabbed the pillow.
You did say you grabbed it.
Yeah. And
did.
you said you
And
did
then-
not
like
do it
that.
gingerly.
Exactly.
There's a tiny seed on top of that pillow. If
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you did
like,
make it
rip
sound like it was
It's
more like a
gone.
frustration kind of.
Yeah.
It is.
Can I
yeah.
like hear if it landed in the dirt somewhere and it's growing roots now?
No.
I could hear it before.
You could before.
So
you
I'm gonna like
also
I'm gonna
see the
stop and
glyphs
like
before.
listen. And just listen and see if I can hear.
You know, I bet it's landed in the dirt and it's growing roots right now.
Really?
Yes.
That's good.
Let's
that's
move
good.
on.
As long as it's doing that, then that's okay. That's fine.
Leah's like 10 feet ahead of everyone.
You're already back up to the ladder, like halfway.
She's already back to the end.
yeah, drinking or asleep.
Locked myself in my room. People out.
Rethinking her situation entirely.
Why did I ask them for help?
Alright, so you guys get back up into the library without incident. The very last traces of the mist in your eyes, Cepti, as you start to walk away from the library, you shut the door behind you, and you turn around and you start to walk, and all of a sudden you can see this bright glow, almost like the sun, and you turn around, and only you can see that the library is absolutely coated in wards.
Oh, like she can just see all
Yes,
the magic
she
that
can
is
see-
in the place.
All of the wards.
Oh my goodness.
All over that place.
Did anyone close the tile?
Yeah,
We know
I'm sure
how
we
to
would have closed
Close the time.
Push the button again.
it. Maybe, or just snap shut, maybe.
You can just push down the lever, and the mechanism will push the staircase back up to its original flat position, so it just looks like tiles on the floor.
Okay.
And then you can put the tile back on snugly, and it'll be fine.
Oh yeah. That's easy enough.
I'm
library's
ready for
covered in
bed.
glyphs. Okay.
Evelyn makes to creak the front door open, scope out real quick, make sure we can leave quietly.
And that everything is back to normal.
Opens the door, gestures people to come out.
Is Willis in the inn? Or is he asleep?
Yeah, Willis is already in the inn.
I'm gonna toss him. How much is ale again?
For you,
Yeah.
he's gonna just do like 5 silver.
Alright, I'm gonna toss him 5 silver. Grab the ale and walk up to my room. Say nothing to these people.
Nothing.
I'm just gonna stand in the street for a minute and just kind of look at the library and all of the.
As you're watching the
Wards and
glyphs, it's like that same veil effect where they're just sort of undulating softly, and you get the feeling that this is just the last bit of the temporary gift that she gave you as the glyphs fade again, and you can't see them anymore.
Remember where they're all at.
And the mist is gone from your eyes.
I just kind of blink it away and shake my head a little bit. And let out a sigh and turn and go back to the inn.
I'm walking in at this point and consider the fire. I ask if I can. I ask Willis, can I dry some things by the fire? That'd be all right.
Grunts and nods.
Okay. I hang up a bit of rope that I have and basically put up a clothesline of armor.
Does the tunic fit him? The one that I fixed. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
good. Just making sure it's not like super giant.
It wasn't
or,
like
really
a
tiny.
kid's size.
Okay, good.
It was for an adult man. Yeah. He has this grate. Looks like it's really shoddily made, but there's a grate that he almost like a folding
I see.
thing in front of
To
the
hang
fire.
things, that you could hang things.
Well, it's mostly to keep things from going into the fire.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, those the ones you put in front of the fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can hang your stuff on that.
Cool.
And it'll work pretty well. The night passes without incident. Eventually Willis goes to bed and the lights are turned off downstairs. He blows out all the candles. And he lets the fire just kind of dwindle down and goes back into the back area to his room. Nothing happens. You wake up in the morning one at a time, groggy. Your clothes are dry downstairs when you go down. Willis is awake again. Looks like he didn't sleep very well. He's got some dark bags under his eyes. But he's made some bacon as normal. This time, he has biscuits. Big biscuits. About the size of a dinner plate. A small dinner plate.
Yes.
And he's made some porridge.
All of the above, please. Did we just get a long rest?
I'm gonna grab a biscuit, cut it in half, slather it with porridge, put some bacon on it, cover it back together, and eat a glorious breakfast sandwich.
I see or do that and I immediately copy the whole thing.
It's a little soggy from the oatmeal, but yeah.
I just do bacon and biscuits.
As do I.
I ask if he has any honey.
He kind of frowns a little bit. This is something that he's not used to being asked.
Okay.
But he like rummages around in the back, and it takes him a second, but he finally pulls up this jar of, it looks like good honey. It's probably a little old, but and crystallized a little bit from the sugars in it, but he sets it out, and there's honey.
How much would you like for me to...
He
thank
waves
you.
it off.
Groggy Iblin takes for some, has the little knife and does given last night's experience, just wanted something better for his morning treatment, and put some honey butter on that biscuit, and takes his time with it.
And somehow Cepti sees this honey and is like, wait, what? And like halfway through the sandwich, he grabs some honey and puts it on like
On the
bitten
oatmeal.
parts, of the sandwich. And now I'm eating that.
Septi, what are those seeds that you got? Do you know what they are?
No, not really. I know they're seeds. I think they're probably mushrooms. And I think I have to plant them in the dark, but I'm gonna try. It seems like there's a lot of them, so I'm just gonna try and see where they will grow, because they need to grow. They need to be everywhere. They're gonna be really cool.
Dude.
I promise.
Need to be?
Yes.
Those are ominous words. So from near the fire, Iblin is asking, "Are you sure they need to be everywhere?"
Yeah, they're not gonna hurt anybody. They're fine. I grew up with them. They're great.
Oh.
Just
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But like you
Still
didn't see any.
unclear.
They're
Yes.
supposed to just like grow in places, but we were just in a dark place and they weren't anywhere. So it's like they're dying out, and so I have to plant more. They're endangered. I'm gonna fix it.
Okay.
He just takes that at face. Oh, all right, then goes back to his biscuit by the
This
fire,
honey is delicious.
watching his armor dry.
Still really mysterious that they came out of nowhere.
They didn't come out of nowhere.
I know you said she gave them to you, but she only appeared to you, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I've talked to her like for a long time. So, you know, she only showed up for me. If you've never talked to her, then why would she show up to you? If you talk to her, maybe you'll see her too.
How do I talk to her?
It's like, oh, hi. Like, if you find a mushroom and it's all glowy and pretty, and you're like, oh, hi, mushroom.
Alright. Glowing mushrooms.
It's an Underdark thing.
Gotcha.
You wouldn't understand.
No, I haven't grown up with glowing mushrooms, so I didn't know. I was genuinely curious. Yeah.
No, I appreciate that. Maybe there are some songs that somebody wrote. Maybe you can write the first song about it. Or like a poem or a story or something. We can
That would be such an honor.
that would be awesome. I bet she'd really like that. She would really
She of
like
the
that.
glowing mushrooms.
Yes.
She of the glowing mushrooms.
Take a moment of, I like that. That's great. I'm gonna steal that.
It's okay. You can do it. You can use it.
I'm thinking this will be a series, because last night I took down an ode to a lost theater where we saw her, so
Right.
then the next one in the series will be She of the Glowing Mushrooms.
I love this.
The next one, we'll just have to figure out what it's gonna
Can be
be.
the mysterious Ibelin letter.
Oh yeah! Have you read that?
Yeah, seems like you would have read that by now.
Maybe he's not interested in
We
reading.
were rather busy. But I am holding it at the table where I have my plate with biscuit and bacon, and I'm pondering the thing. And,
You could just. Oh.
And
Are you gonna read it?
I'm gonna go ahead and read it.
Alright, it's gonna take you a while. As I said, normally it would be about a long rest, but I just want you guys to read this fucking thing, so I'm gonna say you take a short rest and you can read the whole thing.
Okay.
It's a long, epic poem, and with the piece that you have in your pocket that you got from Syriel, the ripped section, you can put together that it's a story about angels, and it's basically the ASMR. It's an ASMR fable about two humans, Wilhelm and Ilda. They were both warriors of different kinds, and Ilda essentially is the archetype of a good warrior. She's noble and brave and kind, and Wilhelm is the archetype of a bad warrior. It's a super basic folktale about the light and the dark, about good and bad. And it ends up saying that Ilda was killed by Wilhelm, and that she is buried somewhere in a forest, and that Wilhelm died ashamed, and that he is buried somewhere in a morass, which is essentially a mire or a swamp.
Okay. Yeah. And then a mysterious X symbol.
Mysterious X symbol?
Yes. X in a circle.
Do I see that? Do I hear that?
I make note of it. I'm describing that fact to you because I'm noticing it here, and I graze my thumb over the paper.
Like
of
there's-
that
It's a
part.
little raised, almost like it's a stamp.
It's like a circle and let me see it.
Turns.
Does it look like the
Turns
glyph that
the
was on
page.
It looks like the
pillow?
glyph. It's a quartered circle. And it's not a glyph that you recognize.
Okay.
A lot of spells have a written component,
Mm-hmm.
or at least a name. That's how you have to learn them, through a scroll. You learn the hand symbols you have to do, you learn the things that you have to say, and you learn the ingredients you have to use, and a lot of them have a specific symbol or a series of symbols that correspond to them. Like fire is a specific symbol, but producing a large flame or a specific flame is a fire symbol plus like a growth symbol. And this is a symbol you've never seen before. It's not familiar to any of you, except for you. It's the one time that you've seen it.
So I saw it on the pillow.
Yeah.
I've seen this before.
I give you large eyes. I'm like, what?
I don't know what it is, but I've seen it before.
Have you shared with the group what the poem's about,
Oh, I mean,
in essence?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Ord,
Certainly.
make a history check.
I like to think that I was in fact reading this in the verse out loud
Out
there
loud.
by the fire.
Yeah.
Because imagery.
I'm also proficient in history. Already. We'll make a check.
No. That's my
19.
last word. 19.
Nice.
You know the name Ilda. In the city hall, It's this giant keep at the top of Dellar. Dellar is built kind of like Paris, but on a hill. The keep is on the top of the hill, and the entire city is in a circle all the way around the top of the hill. And in the keep, there's a series of portraits that you've gone to see before, because you like to look at pictures and speculate about the history behind people and learn about their histories. And you've heard of Ilda before. There's a portrait in the keep, in one of those long halls, of a very dark-skinned woman with shorn, short hair, and she's dressed very regally. She has not a grimace, but a very serious look on her face, and she's holding a sword of glass up to her chest. She's just in a regal pseudo-military pose, and there's a little plaque underneath that says Ilda Wildmane.
Ilda Wildmane.
You know the plaque. You don't know anything more about her. No one really knows anything about a lot of the portraits that are down there. It's largely like cousins and things of the royal family of the region, and generals and lieutenants that had some kind of a glorious death or an honor in battle. A lot of them, their stories were lost to time, and Ilda was way, way, way before your time.
But I know Ilda.
Mm-hmm.
Ilda's familiar. Serious woman. Sword of glass. Seen her portrait.
You gotta figure out what that sign means.
Well, we
Wait,
are across
glass.
the street from a library.
Yeah, but the library doesn't like
The
us.
library, that doesn't do anymore.
I only go to the library.
I'm not
when
sure what
it's
many
not
things
open.
on this poem mean, but
Cepti,
sounds like a sad tale.
You said you'd seen that symbol before?
Yeah. It was on the pillow that Evelyn threw.
I am sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, it was on top of the pillow and it was glowing, and then I touched it and it broke.
And it was like glass shattering.
Yes.
But you saw the symbol before the glass shattered?
Well, I saw it, but it was on the pillow. Like, oh, okay, well, this one's different. So maybe if I touch it, and then I touched it and it broke, and that was probably not good.
So
or maybe it just didn't work very well.
You saw the symbol, and you saw a lady
Mm-hmm.
that none of us saw.
Not crazy.
No, I'm not saying that.
Well,
Okay,
She
continue.
did turn
was
up with a bag of
probably
seeds.
some kind of god. That's not
mean-
unusual for them to appear to one.
Was there
person in
anything
particular.
else that you may have seen that we didn't see?
I mean, like a lot of glyphs. Like a lot. Like so many. And they're down, like on all the walls, and on the theater, and like on the pillow, and then when we went outside, they're all over the library.
They're all
Are
over
they-
the library.
Yeah,
Are they all Rowena's doing, do you think?
probably.
She'd probably know what this glyph is then.
Well, she's not gonna talk to me.
She's not going to talk to any of us.
You seem to have a
Camaraderie.
rapport with her before.
Before we got
Everything.
caught.
Yes, but maybe only if only you go.
Ah. That's not a bad idea.
I can make a flower for you, and you can take it over if you think it might help.
Yes, by way of apology.
Perhaps if we can
Uh,
earn her trust in some fashion,
Like
we might be
how
able to
I
do something
tried
for
to
her.
before we broke it.
Yes,
Yes, only don't break it this time.
but maybe if she knows. Oh, should we tell her we found the theater?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Go over, flower in hand, by way of apology. Say, we're really sorry about yesterday. I'll stay back because that's usually best.
Me too. I tried, but I don't think she likes me. Maybe it's the horns.
I'm gonna go to Willis.
Okay.
Give me a bottle. Or fill my wineskin.
He reaches underneath and puts a dusty bottle on top. Sort of a rust-colored.
I give him, like, the gold.
He nods.
Oh yeah, while we're here, I want to wash mine out because the last thing I had in it was
The bad one.
the bad one.
Yes. I guess
There's a little a pump outside, a hand pump, where you can get water from a well.
I'll do that as well. Although I think I drank all mine.
I think you did too.
Can we read the poem, or is it in?
It's in Celestial. You can't understand.
Yeah, it hurts
And
my eyes
Do we
to
get
look
to
at
see
it.
Can we see the symbol?
You can see the symbol because it's like a raised stamp. Like
Okay.
it's a almost a calling card, I guess, or a signature where you flip the paper over and you stamp it into it, so it's raised
Yeah.
on the front.
Okay.
And I did read it out loud.
Yeah.
So.
Evelyn, do you mind if I borrow that?
Oh, the thing itself?
Yeah.
Sure.
You gonna bring the book back to her that you stole?
No, just a piece of paper.
That's the book.
Oh, it's on the book?
Yeah, that's the book.
symbol's on
I
the
just
book?
I wrote it out because I don't have a book to give you. But this is what's in the book.
Okay.
Each one of those verses, the 4 lines, is on a different page.
Just
I thought that,
copy it out on a piece of paper.
I thought the
Yeah,
symbol
you can
was...
if you want to take out like a charcoal and a little strip of paper. I'm sure
Yeah.
one of the people here has a piece of paper that you can take and you can just draw that symbol, or you can even put it on top of the paper and do a charcoal rubbing of it.
Yeah. I'll just draw it if anyone
It's a
has
simple symbol.
something. Anyone? I will carve it into my own hand. That's me paper.
I don't have any paper.
I'll draw it on the wine bottle in the dust.
On the wine bottle. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any paper.
There's like a paper label on the wine bottle and it has the name of the wine. You can draw it on there.
Yeah, I'll just draw it on there.
Sounds good.
Okay. Wish me luck, I guess.
I'll walk over with...
Nope.
No, I'm not coming inside. But outside, I'm gonna, put my hands on your shoulder, say a quick prayer to Umberly, and give you guidance in case you have to do any sort of reaction. Try to see her within a minute.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh wait, I can also give you some bardic inspiration for 10 minutes.
Okay.
That you can use it within.
Alright, and that's a plus what? 1d6.
Guidance is a die 4
And then
on any ability check.
Okay.
Yeah, inspiration is a d6 to ability check or saving throw.
Just a reminder that my charisma is -1.
Yes. This
I'm
is
gonna
why
give her
we're
a
doing
flower.
this.
So,
I'll take the flower, but I probably
really-
won't.
with all of the support, you go over to the library.
And just knock on the door.
Yeah, the door's locked shut. You can't open it. As you knock, the deadbolt gets slid out of place, and you can hear a little bit of a because it's Yellen and he's tiny. And he cracks open the door, and you can hear just the very faintest little.
Don't worry, I just want to ask Rowena some questions about this weird thing that I found. I brought wine.
I don't know if
Is she here?
And he looks up and off to the side, and you
Cool,
can
she's
tell
here.
that he's looking at someone, and he goes, okay, hang on! And he shuts the door and slides the bolt back into place, and you can hear a and then some muttering, and he sounds nervous. And then you hear some steps come back down the staircase, and the door opens enough that you can see Rowena. And her hair isn't, like, perfectly slicked back today. It's in a loose bun. She's tired. She's normally so well kept.
Mhm.
She has flawless skin. She looks much younger than she actually is, even with her stark white hair. And she's exhausted. She looks you up and down and looks over your shoulder and spots the others washing their wineskins out or whatever is doing off in the corner. And her eyes narrow a little bit.
They're not coming in.
I am willing to, unless you want to keep
No.
it a solo mission. Never
No.
mind.
They are not coming
I'm
in.
a very apologetic person.
They are staying across the street.
Okay. What can I do for you?
First, I'm gonna actually hand the rose to, Yellen. Or the flower.
Yeah, he's like hidden behind her, so you're gonna have to pass it over her shoulder, and he goes, "Oh, thank you!
It's from Cepti. This is from me.
Okay."
And
And he sort of wanders away with the rose.
I turn the bottle to where the thing is etched in. The symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, I brought this for you, and this is what I'm asking about. And I point to the symbol. We saw this. We were
Where
wondering-
did you see that?
I don't know, Cepti saw some stuff that none of us could see. Some glowy thing with her eyes. I don't know. She didn't explain it to us, she just said that she saw some stuff.
You saw this symbol.
Yeah. I didn't. Cepti did, with her crazy laser eyes. Glowing lasers haven't been invented. Misty.
laser eyes.
She wouldn't explain anything. She was just like, oh, I saw that.
And what do you want from me?
Do you know what it means?
Why do you care? It's an arcane symbol. I mean, it's obvious that it's an arcane symbol. What does it matter to you?
To me, nothing. Just... We've seen it a lot, and we're just trying to put some puzzle pieces together.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, no!
I think my die 4 is probably gone at this point.
Has it been a minute?
Yeah, I'm sure it has.
Hasn't been that long.
Okay, well, I'm gonna... Can I roll and then add?
Yeah, you can add
If
them
I-
after.
if- Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And your inspiration.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna add it. A d4?
And then a d6.
Okay.
Okay, it's getting a little better. What am I doing? Persuasion?
Yeah.
Okay!
Uh,
10?
Yeah.
Yes! With all of that!
Oh, God. All right, with a 10. You can tell that she's incredibly standoffish with you now. Whatever kind of trust that she might have placed in you is completely gone. It's been obliterated.
I could probably tell that, right?
No, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So-
From the way that she's standing and staring at you, you can tell she kind of rolls her eyes a little bit, like, God, these children.
I'll just... I'll open up the bottle, and I'll drink straight out of it, and I'm gonna hand it to her,
She takes it.
and I'm gonna say, look, I need these fools, and I have no control over them. And if I did, this would be a lot easier. It would, for both of us. But I don't, and we have questions that we just don't have answers to. And then I'm gonna reach out, I'm gonna take the bottle back, I'm gonna drink again, and then I'm gonna hand it back to her.
If you want to know about a magical symbol so badly, why don't you just go to a magical college? There's one in Dellar.
There
There's one in
is?
Bonn. Yes, there's a college there. It's a big city. Why wouldn't
I'm just gonna turn around and look at
Yeah, there's a college of magic in Dellar. It's small, but there is one.
I didn't know there was one.
Aren't you from Dellar?
It's a small one.
You know, I didn't spend a lot of time exploring. I don't remember fully what we covered. But I was raised to fight, and I didn't really have a lot else going on. So
From across the street, I nudge Evelyn. I'm like, seems like it's going pretty good.
And I just give you a glare like, you're a pretty thick fella, aren't you?
Well, why don't you go there? I'm sure they can tell you more than I will.
okay, I mean, I just thought that you might have a book or something, but
Not on magic. In case you hadn't noticed, we're not big on magic here.
I mean, Yellen did some serious magic on us.
I don't think that's true.
You're not here!
I mean, yeah, you say that, but then Yellen did Thunderwave my party out of the place, so I thought you might know.
He thunderwaved one person, and because he knows a bit of magic, doesn't mean that it's accepted, or that I do. We don't have any books on magic here.
Wait, didn't we know that there were wards on the library before she saw?
Sort of.
I think we.
You would sort of gather.
But does
Now we have a knowledge of how, like, rife.
Doesn't know that we know.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to double check because I was about to be like, but what?
I think they're making up.
There are basic things like the opening of the door and things like that. That were magic. There are magical hints.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know if someone maybe came in here and placed those like a burglar alarm,
Mm-hmm.
or if this is something that someone that is here placed here.
I mean,
Child, I honestly think you'd be better off in Dellar.
okay.
Just don't piss off the librarian there.
You know, I will do my best not to, but I cannot make any guarantees.
Not with that group.
No.
Maybe just go in yourself. You don't have any wizards in your group, do you? No magic users.
Not especially.
Not really.
Minor
they can,
magics.
like, mutter things and...
Make flowers.
I feel... yeah, Cepti can see stuff and conjured. She made that flower. You know? But I mean, not like
Because you don't
wizarding.
really have a magical user in your group, you won't necessarily be welcome at the college. But
You know, we're not particularly welcome most places, if I'm gonna be completely honest.
she laughs a little bit at that one. No, I wouldn't assume you would. There's a lot that I cannot talk about. And frankly, it's none of your business. If you are nosy enough that you must know what it means, I don't know the whole story.
So it's more than just a thing.
I don't know.
Okay.
If you are nosy enough that you absolutely must know and it's going to kill you, go to Dellar.
Alright.
Goodbye. And she shuts the door.
It looks like it went good. It's all settled now.
I'll just turn around and slowly walk back to the group. There's a magic school in Dellar, and she recommends that we go there to find out information.
What? That didn't go well? Looked pretty good from over here. Evelyn was just telling me.
I'm like wagging the cloth at you that I'm rubbing some oil on my armor with. Just like, look you.
And, you know, if we're gonna go to this magic college, you have to behave yourselves if we want any information from anyone. You can't just go around stealing books. There are some rules in places.
I see you
And
looking
we
at me.
have
I did
to
none of the
get-
stealing. I can't condone what a couple people
I wasn't
here
even
have
one of the
done.
people who pressed the lever.
But we will
What?
try our best.
Just, you know, just be nice.
How
Be
far away
quiet.
is Dellar?
Dellar is about. You're gonna have to go around the Jewel Lake, the long way. There's not really a way to go through the Jewel Lake because it's very, very wide. It's about a day and a half's journey if you get up early and start walking.
Oh, I hate it already.
Didn't I come from there?
You did.
We don't
You
really
came
have
from
anything left to do here, right?
No, and nobody
I
likes
think
us.
so. If that's where we must go, we may as well
Some people don't like me and Dellar
pack up
together.
and venture forth.
Oh.
And what is it you've done?
Nothing.
Oh,
I didn't
Well-
do anything.
then we'll deal with that when we come to it. Alright. Start strapping my chain shirt and breastplate back on. Adjusting.
I really thought that went well.
Are we still like in the middle of the street, like between the inn and the?
Oh yeah, you're still outside.
I'm gonna take out the little seed bag and take out one of the seeds and go toward the library
Mhm.
and just kind of plant it outside and just try and whisper to it, like dig a little hole in the dirt and put it there. I don't know if it'll work here because it's not dark, but if you can grow here, can you help Rowena protect her library? Okay, thank you.
I pat you on the shoulder and just like this very nice sentiment. Cepti.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
And I roll up my
Seed.
bag and put it back in the stuff.
All right. Headed till Dellar. And this is actually where we're going to stop for the day. Because we were at 2 hours. Oh, we could go longer, but I want to go take a nap.
And thus our heroes set forth into lands actually known.
A journey. A journey for our next adventure. So thank you for tuning in for episode 5 of Shit Goes Down.
Finally back.
Finally back.
Yay!
I still don't know what I'm doing, but we're finding out on the way. Yay!
I
Woo!
like
Thanks
You're
for
doing
joining
great.
me, guys. Oh golly, thanks. Wow, there was a huge spike in volume. I'm sorry, headphone users. We will see you next week when we're gonna be back for another episode, and this time we're gonna finally go to Dellar, and I'm so excited because I have so much planned in Dellar. Woohoo!
Spoilers.
Yeehaw!
Hopefully people will like us more.
Next week
No.
on Tales of Interest.
Tales of Interest. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.